Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Expert Invitational. And today we got an absolute banger of a match lined up between Amoeba and TheLostLlama. Today I'm joined by commentator extraordinaire, D. Waitley. And say what's up.
Yo, what's going on, guys? We got a great match going on here. Two players whose PBs are pretty close, but Llama has been playing very well in this tournament, so this could very easily go either way.
Yeah, I think that Llama has played really shockingly well. Like, not to, insult his play or whatever, but pulling off as many mid-16s as he has in this tournament so far is just incredibly impressive. So I'm excited to see what we have in store here in this one. But I am going to go ahead and see if these players are ready to get started. We'll be getting into it shortly.
I definitely think we could see a big chance for Llama here if he decides to pick up wormhole frames. We will see if that is the case or not.
Yeah, he flirted with them a little bit in his match versus me in winners quarterfinals. He got them once or twice in the three matches, but against Jake, he committed fully to pauseless. So I'm interested to see what the decision is in this match because we know Amoeba is going to be going for it. And
Right.
Llama has also flirted with some other more modern pause strats. I saw him practicing charge pausing earlier, so really, hopefully, hammering away at some consistency and giving himself as good of a chance against somebody with as modern strats and consistent gameplay as Amoeba. Because Amoeba is one of the most solid expert players of all time, so you want to give yourself as much of a chance as possible against him, obviously.
What are your predictions for this match, Glock? I gotta hear it.
If I'm going with my gut, I say Amoeba 3-1. I think Amoeba in 4 is what my gut tells me. But
Interesting.
my gut has been wrong in like almost every match this tournament, so can't say for sure. Amoeba says he is ready, just waiting on the ready up from Llama. He says he is ready, and we were getting into it. They should be off in just a moment here. Here they go. And Wormhole kicks us off. Such an exciting stage to start it off, always. We'll see. Llama looks like he's going to be using the frames here. So we see both of them on good track. Amoeba gets his, Llama gets his, and they both hit their adjusts. Nice.
And that's a really good start there for Llama, especially considering against J. Cool. We saw pretty much no wormhole skips there from him, so yeah, this could be a really good one.
Yeah, Wormhole was definitely the demon if there was one for Llama in his match versus J. Cool, but not such a demon so far in this one. Just getting it first. It's got to feel good. A good weight off your shoulders to know that you're not, immediately losing by 10 plus seconds. It's just a bad feeling.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, this next non-bonus stage here, Jump Machine, plays so much weight onto it as well. So we will see what happens. I know Amoeba is pretty much committing to 46 unless it's high 46. Am I right on that?
I think he's more comfortable with high than low. I think low 46 he's bailing out of, but high 46 he's going for. So we'll have to see what setup he gets here. This is going to be a 44 cycle from him. We'll see if he goes for landing straight in the goal, because that can be a little risky. Llama is going to take his safe ending as well, probably just get his 41, so relatively safe. Oh no! Amoeba doesn't quite get in the goal, he's going to have to take a death. And that is arguably the biggest death you can take in the entire run.
Yeah, and I mean, that's 22 seconds on the timer plus the load, which is, approximately 26 seconds there. So Llama is in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, Amoeba with a beautiful jump machine second try. They're getting that high 46. A little bit of lag, but that's the best IGT you can possibly get with that strat, so pretty insane. Llama moving out of the bonus stage at 147. Very clean first split from him. Amoeba obviously going to be off to a big deficit. Oh, he might die on toggle too? Okay. That was scary. But he's going to make it out, and we'll see what his time is out of this bonus stage. Looking like it's going to be about a 2:05, so basically a 20-second lead here for Llama, like 18 seconds, just about separating these two.
Yeah, and I mean, once we get past tiers here, Llama's pretty consistent at this World 7, at these World 7 strats, so we'll see if he can hang on to a lead, but once again, tiers is playing a big role.
100%. And consistency has really been Llama's like bread and butter this tournament so far. He really has not messed up any stages that he shouldn't mess up. It feels like most of the big mistakes he takes in his runs are like, you know, missing Wormhole or dying on Wormhole, losing 20 seconds to that stage. But it really feels like most of the stuff he should hit, he does hit, and that Tears rapid buffer was incredibly fast.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Llama moving on to the Detour, and Amoeba moving into Tears, pausing himself, using the frames. Looks like he's got him, he just has to hit this adjust, and he does. So Amoeba playing a good cleanup since that spill on Jump Machine. You know, died, but then got a perfect Jump Machine right after, and it cleaned up the 10 through 20 here, pending a completion on Detour, but this stage not exactly the most difficult in all of Expert. And he'll be moving right along. But yeah, Washing Machine carries a lot of weight right now, especially considering Llama already has a big lead. Just has to be able to hold on to it, and he has done a good job of that in a lot of his matches so far. It feels like when he gets off to a lead, he's so good at playing so consistently, and that Spiral Bridge, until that bonk at the end, was so clean.
Yeah, and I mean, believe me, or correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm not really sure anybody's missed Spiral Bridge in this tournament. Maybe once in all of the matches here, but just going to show how good these runners really are, just consistently being able to nail it.
Yeah, Amoeba getting a clean one as well. I think you're right, there only have been a handful. I know that I missed it a couple times in some of my matches. I had to take a third cycle against Goobs. I remember that's definitely, but there have been a minimal amount of mistakes. Llama messing up the frame here on Obstacle. He's going to have to wait a full cycle here. It is a little bit faster if you just throw yourself off the stage immediately after missing the frame, but doesn't want to take the death. That's understandable. That or he just doesn't know. It's about 2 seconds faster to just die and do the frame over again. Amoeba going to hit the frame, and that's going to close this gap a lot, actually. We'll check the drop-in times here on Domino. Llama going to drop in at a 4:19 and Amoeba at 4:22, so we're basically back to tied.
Yeah, oh, not anymore, but...
Domino collision.
That button just being a little rude there.
A little bit. Llama getting a super clean Domino in the meantime. Oh, Amoeba! He tried to go straight across the gap and hit that back Domino, but dies. And Llama's using Civ frames. He must have practiced them, but misses the adjust just barely. Amoeba getting absolutely rolled by Domino. Has to go around the back. It looks like Llama going to go for this 95-95 set here on Civ. Who does he know? 96? Using that third frame, and he makes it happen. Nice. Showing that he must have practiced that.
Yeah, very interesting to see Llama go for Civ frames there. Obviously, sort of uncomfortable with that 86 adjust. That fast ending can be very, very tricky, as you know, you would know more than anybody, but nice to see him go for it, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. See a 60 flock here, and he messes up the adjust, and just like that, Amoeba is going to take the lead. Not by much, but it is a lead. Oh, Amoeba misses the 60 flock as well! Oh my. That adjust has been very troublesome. I know I missed it in one of my matches versus Goobs, so showing that even the best players, you know, 60 flock is not a gimme. Never a gimme. So we've had some spillage in this washing machine from both players, but moving to the double spiral here, we're going to see Llama do the puzzle strat, and Amoeba, I believe, is going to use the frames. Llama taking a death, so this gives Amoeba a chance to get back into it pending hitting these frames. He is very consistent with these. Let's see how it develops. Oh, it looks like he's got it, just has to hit the adjust. In the meantime, Llama gets second try pauseless, and we are moving right along.
Yeah, and I mean, that adjust is really nice, especially if you do pick up the 55 set for the first load, too. It's just a bunch of backups there, and although it is a little bit messier, can just guarantee a lot more consistency with it. So a lot of people prefer to go for those frames.
Yeah, 100%. I gotta comment. It's pretty interesting that we saw so much spillage. 2 deaths on Domino from Amoeba, death on Civ, death on Double Spiral from Llama. Both players miss 60 block, and then they both just nail 53 Hierarchy, which I would argue is the hardest strat in this entire split. So just showing how crazy this game can be. They both, you know, take a lot of spillage on a lot of stuff that they probably shouldn't die on, but then just nailing 53 Hierarchy like it's nothing, both of them.
Yeah, very interesting there. It's just like, you know, there's a bunch of uncharacteristic deaths that always happen in tournaments, but usually some of those mistakes tend to be on some harder stages, but I guess we'll see what happens next.
Yeah, Amoeba showing off the outside momentum, gets it first try, and Llama going to go inside, also gets it first try. Nice. So just a little bit of strat differential. Outside does end up being just a hair faster, but also quite a bit harder, in my opinion, to go outside than inside. Beautiful entangled path from Amoeba, and Llama has to match. These are my favorite kind of segments of gameplay, where when one player finishes a stage, the next person goes right into it. And Llama's stream buffering a little bit here. But Let me see if I can get a quick refresh on his side.
D-Wade special over there on Llama's side as Amoeba hits Vortex. Let's see, we got Amoeba going into trampolines here, kind of going for this high 52 with the clip. Ooh, does not get it, but able to back it up. Really nice knowledge there. Still being able to get that low 51 after not getting the high hit because I believe he hit the side of the platform. And nice ad there going on from Llama.
Always.
I don't even know what company that is.
Every time you have to refresh, you get an ad. It's unbelievable. And the ad is buffering. What is this? This is psycho. This is so psycho, man. I hate this.
Gotta love when the ad buffers as well as the stream.
It's unbelievable. It's okay. Only 10 seconds left, boys. Only 10 seconds left. Hopefully Llama is sticking up behind him. I'm so sorry about this. His stream is buffering really hard. Had to give it a quick refresh, and of course, you get what you deserve.
Yeah, Llama's gonna be in master after this ad.
His stream's still buffering a little bit here.
And Amoeba going for chip pipes, gets the 46 frame, nice and comfy, very good adjust, and just no doubt on that one all the way along. We'll see if he does the down or neutral frames here.
Gonna stick with down. I believe he's really enjoyed and adopted the 2-frame strat, not even using the 3rd frame. Let's see. Makes it happen. Barely gets in, but gets in nonetheless. Llama's stream's still being difficult. Oh, his stream is down. That's why. Sweet.
Well, I guess Amoeba going into corkscrew.
Oh, his stream's back up! It's back up! And Llama kept up pretty well here. Gonna take a death on Guillotine, or not take a death, he's gonna go for it pauseless. Kept up pretty well, and yeah, okay, his stream was down, it's back up now. Everything is fine, everybody. Everything's fine. Look at this.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we see Amoeba with a pretty comfortable lead. Sorry to detract from the gameplay for a little bit there. Llama backing up the pauseless Guillotine nicely, not taking any deaths. That's what you like to see. He'll be moving into corkscrew, but not before Amoeba is moving into twin base, and he's looking in real good shape.
Beautiful twin base in there from Amoeba. 53.6 there, and super comfy, so it wasn't too low of a height there, but also a nice IGT.
Smooth corkscrew ending there for Llama as Amoeba nails air hockey frame. He'll be moving out of expert at I believe about a 10:05 he went through the goal. We'll have to see where Llama ends up going through the air hockey goal, but I believe the lead is going to be, you know, upwards of 40 seconds here for Amoeba.
Yeah, definitely. And just going back to that corkscrew from Llama, it was very smart to slow down there, as a lot of players really like to push that IGT, but end up falling out just kind of just left of the goal there. So very smart of Llama to just slow down and take the low 45.
Absolutely. Amoeba nails the charge frames. He'll be moving into Strata, as we'll see Llama here. The 10:42 exit, so about a 37-ish second lead for Llama coming, or for Amoeba coming out of the base 50, and Amoeba nails the Strata frame, so he is cruising right now at the start of Expert Extra. We'll see how it goes for Llama here, as I believe we will see charge frames. He was practicing these.
Very interesting to see if he knows maybe the 86 backup on charge as well. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's an important one to know, because if you miss 90, you don't want to be doomed. Oh, he just unpauses trying to hit the 90, and now a little bit of a worrisome spot. He should be good here, should get a clip. Yeah, he's good. He's
Beautiful.
Good. Gets a 45. You know, not ideal. You lose about 6 seconds to that, but it's better than the alternative, which is just getting trolled by that stage forever. I believe we're going to see a pauseless Strata here. Lot riding on this, because he needs to hit this to bring this back. He's already losing by a lot. Perfect. Perfect
Beautiful.
Strata. It's the hardest strat in the run if you go for it. That's why we've seen so many players, even the best players in the game, using the safety frames there, because pauseless Strata is so difficult and you lose so much time to it. Oh, and missing the giant swing frame. Llama falling behind now after the charge bleed and the giant swing death. Well, meanwhile, Amoeba has had, you know, a couple little bonks and silliness in Expert Extra, but he is cleaning up this Expert Extra nicely.
Yeah, and I mean, Amoeba is a player that is potentially the best master player ever.
Yeah.
So I'd have to believe that this one is hard for Llama to catch up. Just kind of has to hope for a lot of mistakes.
Mm-hmm. Llama finally getting that giant swing, and a nice ending nonetheless. But Amoeba taking a death on Train Worm. You know, the lazy commentator would make a joke about how his old PB did that, but I am not a lazy commentator, so I will not make that joke. Llama moving out of 5 drums. into free throw, but Amoeba with a really, really solid entry into Master. He's on 16 pace for sure if he doesn't die. But you gotta believe he's feeling good about his odds right now.
Oh, definitely.
Llama with a beautiful glitch goal free throw. Actually happens quite a bit on that stage. When you just hit the ball and the tape at the same time, so you come right out the way you came in, and it just works.
We'll see Llama go for the pauseless construction here. Just a bunch of strat differences here, or one of the strat differences between Amoeba and Llama, as Llama's just so good at this strat. Pretty comfy adjust there. Beautiful.
Yeah, super consistent with his ability to hit that construction. I don't think we've seen him miss that strat in any of his races so far, which is just super impressive. Not many stages you can say that about for anybody, period. Like, you're always going to mess up on some stuff, but that stage has not been a problem for Llama. He is out of Train Worm. But again, Amoeba with such a solid lead at this point, it's basically going to be impossible for Llama to bring this back unless we see a spectacular meltdown from Amoeba. We'll just have to see. Beautiful
We see
centric.
pauseless centric going for both players.
Yeah. And we're going to see 50 long tours here from Amoeba, one of the strats that he is really comfortable with from his time spent in Master. So much so that he just goes for it in Expert. If you do it and get the best outcome, it's faster, but not the best long tourist there. Would have been a mid 49 and takes a goalpost bonk, so loses a little bit of time as Llama takes a death on swing bridges. Swing bridge is looking a little bit better here for Llama, just gets to the goal nice and easy. But, yeah, Amoeba in command right now. Only has 8 more stages to play, including the one he's on right now.
Interesting double twin there. Was a little bit scuffed. Oh, no.
That's a really big death. But hold on. That could be the start of something big. That is, you know, the biggest death you can take in Master. Bigger than even dying at the very end of swing bridges is a goalpost bonk on exactly double twin.
Yeah, and I mean, other than planets, really, like that, that's kind of it. So, I mean, I assume we'll see the frame here on clock face from Amoeba. But really, oh, we won't.
He's going for pauseless. Okay. This looks good. Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful 54 there. Amoeba just has to clean up Master Extra, shake off what happened on Double Twin, and remember, he's still in command of this match. All it'll take is a nice Master Extra section. One of the shortest splits in all of Monkey Ball. Just has to clean it up. Nice.
Does not get trolled on variable width.
Yeah, that was... It's worth mentioning, in case you didn't see it. In Amoeba's winner's semifinal match versus Goobs, he took a heartbreaking death at the very end of variable width, which basically decided the match. It was a coin flip match. They were, you know, apart by about a half a second, but Amoeba took a heartbreaking death on that stage. Getting his revenge on it here. Gotta feel good to silence that demon a little bit. And this planet setup is looking absolutely beautiful. Oh, a little. Didn't quite air boost enough. Had to just barely sneak in the goal, but he does. Nice pause.
And then Llama getting clock face second try there.
Yeah, took a short death, but able to clean it up, and now Amoeba is just a couple stages away. And I believe we'll still be looking at a 16 here. I believe like a high 16 5x.
I believe we will be right on that. Just about a 16, 49 or so.
Yep. So actually, yeah, I was wrong. High 4x, not high 5x. This Nintendo is looking good. Not going to take any deaths here, I presume. Looking good. He will be moving into game 2 here. As long as nothing catastrophic happens, but he's definitely past the hard part already.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, he is good to go. Just needs to push it into the goal here for his 16-49. It's an excellent game 1 there from Amoeba, able to take the 1-0 lead in this match. And winning game 1, just such a good, you know, breath of relief. Feels good to go up 1-0. Always, always, always gives you such a degree of comfort that you wouldn't have being down 1-0.
Oh, definitely. And you feel like when you're down 1-0 also, you almost feel like I have to even this up or else I need to win 3 straight.
Yeah.
When you're up 1-0, it's like, all right, I just got to focus one stage at a time. And if I go up 2-0, perfect.
Yeah, there's no feeling quite as good as having, you know, a game to give if you need to. Because, you know, you lose game 2 after winning game 1 and it's like, you know what, it's tied. It's a best of 3. I can handle this. It's a great feeling. Gives you a lot of relief. And Amoeba's got to be feeling that right now. Reminder that the winner of this match will advance into the top 4 of the tournament, and the loser will be eliminated at 5th. So, lots riding here. Llama going to finish up the Nintendo, except not really. Just exits game after getting to the final phase of the cube. I believe we will be getting into game 2 here very shortly.
So let's see, there were a lot of just weird finicky mistakes. We saw a lot of mistakes on 60 flock. We saw a couple of obstacle mistakes, domino mistakes. Hopefully we'll see both runners clean it up this time, but what are we looking for here next game?
What are we looking for in general?
Yeah.
I'm looking mostly for Llama to clean up the pausing, because I feel like that was the main source of error for him last run. He had so many stages where he, like, unpaused on the last frame, or, you know, Guillotine, he unpaused on one of the frames, and Charge, he did that, and Giant Swing, he did it a few times, so a lot of errant pausing from Llama last run. Hopefully able to clean it up and gets a good start to doing so here. Both players nailing Wormhole again, just like last race.
Hopefully no trolling on free fall here. Sometimes just invisible goalpost. All right, perfect.
Yeah,
both of them getting a good free fall.
You get cement tape, just get bounced up instead of going in. It's the worst feeling. Both
Feels terrible, man.
And Amoeba, I'd like, you know, last race I feel like a lot of his time loss was just to really small and kind of mindless errors. I feel like he would agree. You know, stuff like bonking the goalpost on Double Twin and bonking the goalpost on Jump Machine and dying because of that. You know, the 2 deaths on Domino, missing 60 block, a lot of stuff that he just knows he shouldn't be messing up, and that really all added up. Like, you take away just that, you know, silly stuff that I just listed, and that's 15 that last run, plain and simple.
Exactly.
This Jump Machine setup looking pretty good here. Gonna land straight in the goal. Beautiful 46-8. That is as good as it gets. Llama gonna take his 42. Not gonna be upset with that at all, but you know, compared to a 46.8, anything looks bad, you know.
Yeah, really, that was just the best Jump Machine you could really ask for in a tournament. No one is going for that IL strat. I believe causes lag.
Exactly. So both Jump Machine finishes we've seen from Amoeba have been extremely solid high 46s, but we did see that one brutal death. So, you know, batting average on that stage, I say. 2 perfect completions and then 1 absolutely horrific attempt.
Exactly. And it was really close, too. Just kind of that bonk on the goalpost there a couple of times. Couldn't quite get around it and just missed the cycle.
Yeah, exactly. This punch seesaw is looking good from Amoeba. Nice high 52. And Llama, meanwhile, you know, even as Amoeba had that perfect Jump Machine, Llama has not fallen behind significantly. A little bit of a scary punch, but able to make it work. Gets his 52, and he's moving along. And Tears is always a scary stage, but last race it was not so much. I feel like both players just completely destroyed this stage last time. Amoeba looking good here, just has to hit this adjust. He's got it, and Llama moving into the rapid buffering, which he has been very successful at in his matches so far. Look at that. That was masterful. He wasn't even close to dying during any part of that rapid buffer.
Yeah, it's just like such a weird skill still for me to see as just older players resort to it so much over the frames, but super comfy with it.
Yeah, it's one of those things, if you're good at it, it's just really good. It's only a little bit slower than doing the frames themselves. He's only losing, you know, a second and a half maybe to Amoeba's pausing there. Amoeba drops in at Spiral Bridge on 307, so he's just off to an excellent start. Like, for a PB attempt, Amoeba would be happy with this start.
Oh, definitely.
And that's the best feeling. When you're playing for PB instead of playing to beat your opponent, you're in a good spot. Gonna have to bail out a first cycle, though. Here's a chance for Llama to take the lead. His movement looks solid. That's a clean Spiral Bridge from Llama. Through the goal at 330, and Amoeba through the goal at 330. We're tied up. Wow.
Yeah, and that was good of Amoeba to realize that he wasn't really going to get that cycle there. Just was swinging on the outside a little bit too much, and the clip wasn't great there. It just didn't quite happen for him, losing 10 seconds. But anybody's race still instead of a 10-second lead.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, you know, that ability to notice and pull out of Spiral Bridge is really good, because I can tell you firsthand, the worst feeling ever is when you go for it and it's not there and you lose 20 seconds instead of 10. So Oftentimes, especially in tournament, better to just play on the side of caution, lose the 10, don't risk losing the 20. If there's any doubt in your mind, don't risk losing the 20. Some clean-looking dominoes here. High 52s. High 52 from Llama and a mid 52 from me, but solid, solid. No deaths there, and that's good. Moving into 6 frames.
Hopefully we could see Llama nail these first try. As you said, the pausing was a little bit iffy from him last time. Gets 93.
Yeah, it's not a working frame for that set. You need 95 or 96 on the second frame there. We'll see here on second try. He's going to hit 93, and this ending is the one that he messed up last race. Might be in good shape here. Just needs it up left. Nice. Takes his time to remember, recall, put himself in a good position. He's able to make it work there. But again, pausing, getting the best of Llama. Last race, most of his big deaths were to pausing, and Amoeba missing the 60 flock adjust again, and we're back to dead tied.
Yeah, 60 flock is 3 for 3 at killing runners this race.
Amoeba getting bonked, or Llama getting bonked around by the goalpost there a little bit, but look at the drop-in times here on double spiral. 5:15 and 5:17. Llama just barely trailing. And he could make up the time here, depending on how good Amoeba's pausing is. This double spiral looks good from Llama. He'll be in good shape. Amoeba hits his adjust, gets out. Yeah, I think a little bit of time was made up there from Llama. The frames tend to be just a hair slower than the movement. Hierarchy of stage.
Beautiful.
Both players nailed last race and nailing it this race as well. Some great IGTs. Wow.
Yeah, 53-3 and 53-2. I mean, those are just super solid IGTs. Can't really ask for anything better, and pretty much looked almost guaranteed the whole way, too. Just very well played by both runners.
Yeah, 100%. The players getting their red goals here on bracelets, and again, we are just about tied here. Yeah, still only about 2 seconds separating these players going into, a split that, while it's not super, super difficult, stages like Momentum and Entangled Path and even Vortex have been troublesome for these players in this tournament so far.
Yeah, and I mean, you really just, on Vortex, want to hit that 93, because 91 is just kind of icky.
Yeah.
You have to hit the second frame, and if you miss the second frame, then there's like a 5-frame backup or something like that, and really it's just better to hit 93 and go off the wall.
Yeah, it's a whole rabbit hole that you don't really want to go down on that stage. You see another beautiful Entangled from Amoeba, and Llama, just barely overshoots. And that's going to break the basically tie that we had going here. Amoeba now with a little bit of room to play with. Green Entangled second try from Llama as Amoeba nails Vortex. And now the onus is on Llama. These pausing stages always nervy when Llama goes into them, especially when he's already losing. It's just you absolutely have to have good pausing to be able to keep up with somebody of Amoeba's caliber. And he shows that on Vortex. Very nicely done.
Nice trampolines there from Amoeba. 52-9, just looked guaranteed the whole way. Nice clip, and landed pretty much in that corner exactly where you want to be landing.
Llama as well, very strong. I think they got the same exact IGT. It's picture perfect. Get to see some swing shaft action. Maybe getting a nice
No
solid
frames on
mid-40.
swing shaft.
Yeah, can't say I'm exactly surprised. I think I'm still the only person to use those in tournaments so far. As they both get mid-49s, just a couple frames apart on those IGTs. But yeah, that one death on Entangled is what separates us right now. I believe there's about a 12-second lead for Amoeba. We saw him go through the goal on serial jump at 7:55, and we'll see when Llama goes in here. I would guess about an 8:07? 8:08, yeah, just about. So 12, 13 seconds between these players. Amoeba gets kind of lucky on chip pipes there. He didn't do the adjust properly, but clips off something and manages to live. It's got to feel good.
Yeah, that definitely was an interesting adjustment there. Just kind of got bailed out. And Amoeba getting the main set there on Guillotine, doing the pauseless adjust and getting it once again.
Yeah, he's so strong with that two-frame set on Guillotine. And we did see Llama lose a lot of time to this stage last run. Just needs one more frame and he'll be moving on. I believe he got it. Nice. No Guillotine troubles this run. Llama's pausing has been much more confident, much more secure this run so far.
Oh, definitely.
And that is everything when you're going into the split that has charge and giant swing. Two massive pause strats that you gotta get first try.
And I'll be interested to see if Llama goes for strata frames or not, as we see an awesome corkscrew there from Llama.
It was beautiful.
Because Llama kind of knew he was behind and just started kind of going for everything. So we'll see if he pulls out strata frames.
Yeah, I'm interested. I don't know if that's one that he's learned. That you bring up a good point. Has he learned them? And if he has, is he gonna pull them out in this situation or just send it? I have a feeling we might just see him send it on pauseless, just because it's a strat that he's so practiced with. Maybe with a 928 air hockey goal, it's a really strong base 50, but Llama not far behind at all, not giving him even much room to breathe. I believe we're going to see about a 941 as long as he hits air hockey. Yeah, 940, 941, just about. So only still 12 or 13 seconds separating these players going into the most volatile split in the entire run.
Yeah, definitely. And something to note is that, while Amoeba won game one and pretty much was ahead the whole time, Llama's split right there, I believe, beat Amoeba's game one split. So both runners are on a good run this time. And Amoeba taking a bonk there on charge, but we'll see if Llama can hit this last charge frame.
I believe he's got it, just has to hit the adjust, and he knows it. Nice. Gonna save a little bit of time over Amoeba because of that bonk that Amoeba took. Amoeba getting these strata frames here. Moving right along, we're going to see pauseless strata from Llama. This is huge right now in such a close race. He absolutely needs this. Oh, and he just barely goes too much, hits the party ball. And now all of a sudden we're in a dangerous spot, because now if he gets stuck here for more than one death, he could be in big trouble. Able to clean it up and get a second try. That's huge.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I mean, Amoeba getting giant swing there. And really, they're just, now they're one mistake apart, whereas opposed to Llama could have been stuck there on Strata and just kind of with that mental block you usually get after taking 2 deaths to one stage. So still anybody's race. Happy to see him get a second try.
The danger now, I think, for Llama is that there's not a ton of stages left for Amoeba to mess up. We did see some very uncharacteristic deaths in Master, like the one on Double Twin from Amoeba, but just oh no! Oh, he corner gold! He corner gold! Oh, I thought he was gonna get party balled and die, and Llama was gonna take the lead. That was terrifying for a moment, but he rebounds. One positive first frame of construction, very nice. Just needs to hit the adjust as Llama. Beautiful free throw, and Amoeba maybe escaping disaster there on free throw.
Yeah, and I mean, the strat that Amoeba goes for saves about 5 to 6 seconds or so on Llama's pauseless construction, and if deciding to pause Train Worm, that does not work on
that's
the first
second
load.
Yeah, that's the second load frame. Hits the second load frame this time. He's through the goal at 11:54. The Llama is only going to be about 10 seconds behind as long as he can hit first try Train Worm. Yeah, 10-second difference between these two players right now.
It's one death and it's tied, or the other player takes the lead, so we will see.
Yeah, Amoeba is moving into Master. Gets Centrifugal, always a scary stage to start off Master. One of the hardest stages, really, in the last two splits. It's not talked about much, but it is a scary stage. Amoeba showing no fear, and Llama matching. Both players 2 for 2 on that strat.
Swing Bridges is massive right now.
Amoeba's setup looks super clean, nice mid-50. Llama now, the pressure is on him to match. This is a stage he died to last run, but this setup looks so perfect. I can't see him dying here. Yeah, beautiful. Beautifully done. Wow, this is intense now. Amoeba has the lead, he just has to protect it. And like you were saying game one, Amoeba is one of the best Master players, period, ever, full stop. So, the odds of him cleaning this up and not dying are pretty good. I'd say, it's about a 50-50 shot, maybe a little bit better for Amoeba, just to be able to clean this up and have no mistakes. So even if Llama plays perfect from here, there's a good chance Amoeba just also plays perfect and coasts on his lead to a Game 2 victory.
Yeah, definitely. And something that I do want to point out is, even those small time saves on Long Taurus and Intermittent, Amoeba is just so comfy at, as Amoeba gets a pretty nice Long Taurus there with kind of bad collision, but still gets it. We'll see if Amoeba goes for pauseless clock face. I believe we'll see Llama go for it for sure.
Yeah.
But the last kind of killer in Master is that, and, sometimes variable width and planets.
Yep. Yeah, we're really running, like I said, we're running out of stages for Amoeba to die on here. He took the one on Train Worm, and you gotta imagine he's trying to make that be the only death of the run remaining. Oh, with a bonk here on Double Twin, not the end of the world, only loses about 2 seconds, not even, about 1.5 seconds. So, again, he has such a lead at this point that unless he bonks on, like, every stage for the rest of the run, he should be fine! Llama almost taking a death on Double Twin, and Amoeba delivers a perfect clock face. I believe his goal entry was a low 1408, maybe a high 1407 here. Llama gonna have to match the clock face here. Looking good. Nice, 1419. So 12 seconds just about between them. Still just about a death apart, and variable width, you know it's weighing heavy on Amoeba's mind as he did die on this stage versus Goobs, but nails it. That was a cold, cold variable width. Amoeba nailing it. And he's got to be ready to win this. In his mind, I think he's feeling confident. I think he's feeling good about cleaning this up.
Yeah, that might just be the last dagger there, as hopefully we see a clean planets from both players. We saw kind of a scuffed planets, I believe, from Amoeba.
Yeah, he didn't quite air boost enough, but this run he has so much speed. He had to pull back. He gets a 52.06. Beautiful planets. And Amoeba now into the victory lap, the home stretch, if you will. Final 3 stages. Oh, and Llama dies on planets. That, if there wasn't already a dagger from Amoeba hitting planets, Llama dying on planets will almost certainly close this one out.
And we're looking at about 1606 or so, or no, 1602, 1603, yeah, from Amoeba.
Wow. That is that's a good enough performance to beat anybody. Very low 16, very high 15. That's a winning sign in almost every match that you play. So Amoeba, really, really strong showing here. And he gets past the hard part of Nintendo, so it is pretty much a foregone conclusion here. Just has to not die on the final turn. We will see him close this out. Beautiful, confidently played by Amoeba, closing out Master very strongly, and a 16.03 for his troubles. Super strong performance. Meanwhile, Llama, it's got to be a little bit painful if you're Llama right now, because this is going to be his best run of the tournament so far, and very close to his PB, but still not going to be enough.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just kind of a case of you're facing a player with a better PB that usually is pretty consistent. So yeah, a 16-2x is definitely a very good run, but just not quite enough to get it done.
Your opponent plays 1 second better than your PB, you know, you have to PB to beat him, and that is fucking hard. So,
yeah.
Amoeba taking game 2, going up 2-0 in this set, and that, you know, that just puts immense pressure on Llama now, because having to win 3 straight is as brutal as it gets. You think Llama's going to steal a game, or is Amoeba cleaned up? He definitely played a lot better in game 2 than he did in game 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought that this would go to 5 games here, but Amoeba is looking pretty good. Kind of looking at this train worm now. Amoeba, if you're listening, the first load is 51 to 50.
I think he might just commit to pauseless.
Yeah, second load is 55 to 50.
Yeah,
but
it's the wider range on second load for sure. You are absolutely right. But this is the kind of person Amoeba is. You know, he did the neutral frames on Guillotine, and then he kept missing them, so he said, fuck it, I'm just going to do 2 frame. And hasn't missed it yet in tournament, so it's been really strong showings from him. Yeah, I think he's just going to commit to the pauseless train worm after dying to the pausing last race.
oh, just keeps on practicing first load, I see. Seeing some Amoeba yes in chat. Gotta love it.
Such a good emo. I love Amoeba yes. And Llama did say he'd be right back. I think he's just running to the bathroom. So wow, how did that one? That was a dumb train worm. Yeah, he's just dumping all of his practice time into this stage. You know, if he's listening, I might suggest 60 flock. You've died on it in both runs so far. I might suggest 60 flock as a practice point here, if you're listening. Just saying. Amoeba says he's ready. Not going to put any time into 60 flock. It's a bit spooky. I won't lie.
we are pretty close to getting set up for game 3 here. Super excited. We can see if Llama cleans up or if Amoeba sweeps.
Amoeba is definitely poised for a sweep right now. He played better in game 2 than he did in game 1, so if he follows that progression, he's just going to get a 15 and close this out with dominance. Oh, and Llama going to miss the wormhole frames. That's immediately going to put him off to a deficit here. Assuming Amoeba hits his, and Amoeba 3 for 3 on these, so that is huge.
That is massive. And I mean, if you miss the wormhole frames, there really is no way to back it up besides just going to the back of the platform on the first platform and just doing it pauseless.
Yeah, that is a big tone setter here. Amoeba immediately taking about a 13-second lead. That is really, really big. And we haven't seen, we saw the one horrific death on Jump Machine, which was a silly mistake at the very end. Aside from that, he's played 2 incredibly clean Jump Machines, so I like Amoeba's odds to clean up this first split here with a solid Jump Machine and Toggle. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, definitely, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Amoeba go for maybe a 44, even if he does get the first cycle on both hits. Just to make sure he gets past it. But, once again, like you said, he's very comfy with the high 46 as he just misses the platform there. So
he just needed the air boost a little more. I saw him do a little bit of air boost and just had to do a little bit more than he did. He's going to have to take an incredibly slow cycle here. This Llama is setting up nicely. He's getting a beautiful cycle. Looks like he's going to be able to get a 45 here as long as he gets the ending.
Nice 45, and Amoeba is struggling
Amoeba
here.
is in the struggle zone. Gets in just in time for a 27, but Llama's going to take the lead here as he gets into Toggle at 137. And we'll see Amoeba here drop in at 141. So even without Wormhole, Llama taking a 7-second lead, or 4-second lead rather. And Amoeba's just got to keep composed. After a Jump Machine like that, it's easy to get tilted and freak out a little bit. But you know what? You just got to shake it off. He's played the second split incredibly strong. Both players, actually. Neither player has died in the second split yet in either of these races. So this is a good section for both of them to kind of get their bearings, take a deep breath, and maybe collect themselves a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, there are 8 splits in this game. You just got so much left. A 4-second lead at this point in time is really not much.
It's nothing, yeah. It is nothing having a lead like that this early. Beautiful punch seesaws from both players. Holy cow, such strong showings on that stage, such confidence, ability to get those backup clips, very, very impressive. And like you said, 8 splits, so much time, so much game left to be played, and even tying the IL record on Brandished. That is boss, getting a 0.15. And Llama heading into this rapid buffer here. Looking good on the rapid buffer, he's got it, and Amoeba misses the frames. He's going to bail out into a rapid buffer of his own. This is absolutely crucial right now. Looks good, though. Just needs one more. Nice. So losing quite a bit of time there. Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, I was just going to say Amoeba's probably losing about 4 to 5 seconds there. Llama's rapid buffering looked faster and probably was, as well as Amoeba trying to pause buffer those frames. So we could see Llama here with maybe about an 8 to 9 second lead.
Yeah, I think you might be right. We'll check the drop-in times on Spiral Bridge to be sure. Looks like Llama's going to be at about a mid-325. We'll have to see where Amoeba is. I would guess about a 334. Maybe 333. I think you're right about your 8-second call. Yeah, it's a perfect call. 8-second lead here for Llama as he nails Spiral Bridge again. 3 for 3 on this stage. Very impressive. Amoeba missed it last race, but looking to bounce back and get it in this one. Should be good. Nice.
Yep. I mean, really, that was like one of Amoeba's only mistakes there last run. Just overall super solid, low 16, and loses 10 seconds on one mistake.
Oh, I thought he was going to die on wavy option. Holy cow, that was spooky. Llama hitting the 53, doesn't know the 53 to 50 backup, or just chooses to do this instead. Not a big difference. It loses about 2 seconds. I'm just glad to see him not miss the cycle like he did in game 1.
Definitely.
Maybe going to get a nice obstacle with his own. The split was, the split's been a bit of a bloodbath in, I feel like, all the races so far. We saw some Civ mistakes from Llama in both runs, Domino, Flock, a lot of stages have killed both players. Double Spiral has been a little bit mean on some of these, and Amoeba taking another death, taking that turn too tight on Domino. And now Llama gets a chance to hit Civ.
That window really is pretty tight, so a lot of people do like kind of swinging out and taking a little bit more time there. Llama taking a while on Civ, but gets it. I believe that was first try.
Yeah, that was first try. I'd be willing to bet that he looked over at the frame sheet just to make sure he had the right lineup there.
For sure.
Oh, 60
60.
flock. This is so scary. We've seen neither player has been able to hit 60 flock. We've seen 3 deaths on 60 flock and no hits. Llama gets it, but that was not right. I'll be honest. He did it wrong and got lucky. Like that. You could tell just by looking at it, that was not correct. And Amoeba hitting the 61 on flock, not gonna have to worry about that demonic 60 adjust. And, Llama a lot riding on this double spiral right now. This looks perfect. He's gonna be able to maintain his lead well into washing machine here.
Definitely, and I mean, we've seen these players be so good at 53 hierarchy. Hopefully we see no mistakes. We have to see Amoeba back up double spiral.
He's dead. He's super dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no way that was going to work. And Llama, I thought he was dead to that hierarchy setup, but able to make it work, get a beautiful 53-3. Llama is in such good shape right now. Amoeba went for the pauseless double spiral this time and cleans it up.
Yeah, interesting. Maybe Amoeba does not know the second load double spiral frames, or the adjusts for that main set are kind of similar. That 33, you just do the 31 adjust, but then 31 has some extra frames. So I guess just not comfortable with it.
Yeah, and that's a respectable call. You know, you don't want to put too many frames in your brain on one stage, or else you start to mess it up. You know, you forget if you're on second try sometimes, and you do the wrong adjust. And Amoeba just decides, if I mess it up once, I'm just gonna, you know, do the wise thing, just do it pauses, because he's good at the puzzle strat too, so there's no reason not to.
Yeah, definitely. And just something to point out here, this is pretty much the first time we've seen Llama have a pretty significant lead in this race, so hopefully Llama is able to hold on.
Yeah, this is definitely the biggest lead we've seen for Llama in any of the matches. I feel like every time he's had a lead, it's been like 10 seconds or less, but this match has really been blown wide open. He nails Entangled Path first try, and he is moving on. And Llama, I believe, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Llama hasn't died yet. He missed Wormhole. I think that's it. Of course, that's on Vortex right after I say that. But I believe that was the first death of the run for Llama. He is cruising right now. Hitting the Vortex frames. Needs the adjust, and he has got it. Oh, Amoeba takes a cheesy clip at the start of Entangled on the left side. That's an instant death. There's no real way to make that work. Hopefully
yeah, and it just feels feels so bad to get that clip.
Yeah, it really does. It's like you just went an inch too far to the left, and you got trolled a little bit. He's moving into Vortex here. The double one pause, very nice just to hit this adjust, and he'll be moving on. Meanwhile, Llama with a perfect trampolines, and then a really nice swing shaft as well. He'll be moving out of this split and into the next, still maintaining his very, very solid lead.
Yeah, this run is spectacular over here from Llama, and honestly, not bad run from Amoeba over here too. And 4 splits left. Some of those splits are kind of scary here, so still anybody's game.
Yeah, 100%. This is just about the midway point of the run, coming out of swing shaft. Llama looking to make a statement here. We saw him play this split pretty much perfectly last race. He was able to hit those guillotine frames that evaded him in the first one. And I don't believe he took any deaths in this split last race, so hopefully he'll be able to repeat that success moving into guillotine.
And I mean, really, guillotine is probably the biggest worry for Llama in the split.
Yeah, pausing can be so scary, but able to hit that one frame buffer clutch at the end. When you end up on 20, it's always so scary. It's such a heavy one frame rebuffer. Like, you're either getting it or you're dying. It's one of those everything rides on it. But gets it that time. No problem. Moving into Corkscrew. Yeah, this lead is significant. Llama. Oh! Big death on Corkscrew, though. Still going to maintain a pretty significant lead here. Amoeba absolutely needs first try guillotine to close this, or to bring this a little closer. He's got it. But that death on Corkscrew is huge. That leaves the door open.
That really is massive. I mean, those deaths are approximately 15 seconds in IGT, once again, plus that about 4-second load. So almost a 20-second swing there.
Yeah, that is rough. We saw Llama go through the goal at 9:15 on Corkscrew, Amoeba at 9:27, so only a 12-second lead. That's one stage. Llama's lead went from extremely comfortable to one stage. And that's terrifying when you still have Expert Extra to play, and we know Llama is going to be going for Pauseless Strata, which is a stage that, if you're getting it first try, that's like a huge win. That's how hard that stage is. You almost, you know, anticipate one death on that stage at least because it's so difficult.
Yeah, I mean, that's about 10 seconds right there. So with a couple of pausing optimizations, like, it could be tied after one Strata death.
Yeah, 100%. Llama fades out at 10:01. We'll see where Amoeba is. I would guess around 10:13, maybe 10:12. But yeah, holy cow. Llama moving into charge frames. He did hit these last race. Hopefully he's able to clean them up this race. Just needs the 90 here. In the back end. Looks like he's got it. Needs the adjust. Looks like he's got it. Beautifully done. Amoeba has to match. Amoeba misses the frame. Now he has to play Pauseless Charge, which can steal a lot of time if you're not careful. Meanwhile, Llama doing Pauseless Strata, setting it up. Lineup looks good. Oh, again, just barely a little too much. Hits the party ball just like last race. But Amoeba losing quite a bit of time to charge. And the second try Strata again, that's huge. As Amoeba's slip-ups on charge, or not slip-up, but his missing the first frame and then getting a little bit trolled by charge almost made up the difference, so it almost afforded Llama one death on Strata.
Yeah, definitely, and we see Llama on a backup here. Executes it perfectly. Very nice IGT.
Yeah, not only executing the frames perfectly, but also that frame set specifically has a really difficult adjust to get that 53, and Llama just showing no issue with it whatsoever. Meanwhile, Amoeba taking a bit of a bonk. So Llama, so far in this Expert Extra, despite the death on Strata, he's still playing a cleaner Expert Extra so far than Amoeba. His lead is growing slightly.
And I mean, a lot ways here, I guess, on Construction and Train Worm, we've seen these players be pretty consistent at free throw besides that one low bonk there from Amoeba.
Yeah, that free throw scared me. It didn't look like Llama had the speed to get there, but just barely tucks into the gold tape. And Construction, Llama hasn't missed it yet. He does go for the pauseless strat, which loses about 5 seconds to Amoeba's strat. This is huge right now. Llama coming out of Construction just as Amoeba goes in. He nails the pausal strat. Amoeba now has to match with his pausal strat. He doesn't know the 13 backup, so he's going to bail out into the pausal strat that we just saw Llama go for. Again, Llama actually making up a little bit of time because of Amoeba's slip-ups.
And there is a death on Train Worm there as we see Amoeba get the Construction. So, you know, once again, this is now anybody's game once again.
12:25 through the goal tape on Train Worm for Llama. We'll see where Amoeba is, but holy cow. 12:25 to 12:31. This is extremely close. Going into Master, we saw a similar position last race where Llama was down about 10 seconds going into Master and Amoeba just didn't mess up anywhere, so he was able to clean it up. We'll see if Llama has that same ability, because if we don't see any significant mistakes here for Llama, he'll just win. Straight up. Oh, with a death on Centrif!
Oh, no.
And this lead just got blown up from about 6 seconds to maybe, 15. Maybe able to get it second try.
Really, there needs to be a Planet's death or like a Nintendo death or something along those lines. It just really, Amoeba is just hoping a mistake here from Llama.
Yeah. But Llama is capitalizing very well. It feels like every time Amoeba makes a mistake, Llama plays a clean stretch of stages and is able to capitalize pretty significantly. And in this section of stages, I feel like I say it every race, but it really is true. Master is probably the easiest area to not mess up. There's a lot of stages in here that kind of just play themselves. Stuff like Intermittent and Double Twin and Spasmodic, where it's like, it's almost harder to mess it up than it is to play it properly.
Yeah.
This long Taurus looks so perfect from Llama, staying balanced perfectly on that inside edge. Nice mid-49. He is cruising through Master right now.
Yeah, and I mean, really, that's kind of the biggest mistake or the biggest worry in this split in particular, besides swing bridges.
I believe, just thinking back, I'm pretty sure Llama's only had 3 deaths and the missed wormhole this run. He died at the very beginning of Vortex. He died once on Strata and once on Train Worm. I think that's all we've seen in terms of big mistakes, missing wormhole and taking those 3 deaths. So he is definitely on really, really solid pace, like low 16 pace again.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, We did see a couple of mistakes here on Twin Basin. Amoeba was going to go for the IL here, but just backs out. Hopefully no mistakes here, just getting it nice and comfy. Yeah, we saw a lot of double twin mistakes once again, but Llama getting a nice clock face. We'll see if Amoeba can duplicate it.
Yeah, Llama just has 6 stages left to play. Oh, Amoeba taking the clip and doesn't get the angle he was looking for off. It gets the clip, but not the angle inward that you usually get, so a little bit trolled by the clip there. I don't want to say that this match is a foregone conclusion, but this clock face death, that might just wrap it up. At this point, Llama's lead is over 30 seconds. It would take some serious chokage in Master Extra, which is a really hard section to choke as is.
2 deaths to planets might be it, but I mean, it would need to be 2 deaths to planets.
Exactly. What are the odds? You know, he died to it once last race, and we were shocked, so... Let's just see what happens here. This wall looking beautiful. Looks like he has the speed to get there. Oh, hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
Takes 1 death to planets. Amoeba with a perfect variable width. Llama looking good here. Oh my goodness.
Oh no, I cursed it.
Oh my goodness. Llama still has the lead. He dropped in at 15:51. Amoeba drops in 15:56, so a 5-second lead here for Llama. He hits planets this time, and now all he has to do is clean up the victory lap. 3 stages remaining. Synchronized Dizzy System Nintendo. All of a sudden, this race is really tight again. Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, we're just kind of quiet watching this right now, just seeing what the execution
Llama
is.
hits the Dizzy System. All it takes is Nintendo. He's on pace to get a 17:03, I believe, here. Long as he cleans this up. But, oh boy, this is spooky.
Just no deaths,
Okay,
please.
he made it past the hard turn. I just need to get on this flat face here. Llama should be good. The remaining turns are really easy. I believe he's able to hold on here. Just nothing catastrophic on the final turn. And Llama will close this out. Despite the spookiness in Master Extra, Llama's gonna be able to close it out with a 17:03 to Amoeba's 17:06.
Oh boy.
Boy,
that was
that,
an awesome race.
That ended up being super, super tight. Llama just barely able to close it out and force a game 4. Llama saying in chat, that was so stupid.
Oh man.
That was scary. You said it'd take 2 deaths to planets, and I said there's no way. And we were both wrong. Holy cow. Wow, wow, wow. And we're going to be moving into game 4 here. Llama forcing it. Amoeba only up 2-1 at this point. And Amoeba is going to practice 60 flock. I did suggest this between the last race. But it looks like he's going to figure it out here. There you go. That one was good. That's what you're looking for. And Llama going to practice planets, perhaps unsurprisingly.
Yeah, not very surprising there. I mean, yeah, that was honestly from Llama probably a 16:30 or even faster without the deaths to planets. So once again, we're always kind of stressing on those planets deaths, but other than that, that was a really good run.
Yeah, 100%. And it looks like, oh, Amoeba's game disc could not be read.
At least now is the time in between races.
Right? That is a super awesome. I believe this means he has to reset his whole rig, too, because he plays off of, like, some weird... Like, so that he can boot an NTSC disc on... Oh, no, he got it. Okay, cool. I don't know, what was up with that? I think he plays off of some weird thing that lets him play an NTSC disc on a PAL GameCube, but not going to mean he has to reset his whole rig. He's in good shape. He'll be fine.
Interesting.
Yes, Merp, that's what it's called. He uses a freeloader. It doesn't change the load times at all.
Hobble.
Yeah, Monkey intercepting the oof blocks from Logan. Tough scene.
Alright, we will see if these runners are ready.
Yeah, Amoeba giving us the green light, just waiting on the llama here to let us know. Llama says he is ready. We'll be getting into game 4 here. Here we go. After such an intense game 3, game 4. Here we go. Llama missed wormhole frames last run. Hopefully we'll be able to clean it up this run and get it. He's looking good here. Just needs the 06. Amoeba taking a death on wormhole. Faster than taking the no frame set, actually, if he gets it this try.
Yeah, definitely, and that was super interesting. We normally don't see deaths on that stage, but guess a good call.
True. Oh, and Amoeba taking the death on free fall. This is about as big of an early game swing as it gets in Expert. Death on wormhole, death on free fall. Gets it this try. Yeah, smacks off the party ball.
And I mean, not only is this 2 deaths to the first stage, that's kind of a mental block. Like, a lot of people really, if they die early on and start out with a really bad run, they just kind of mentally check out.
Yeah, this is going to be a test of mental endurance for Amoeba. As getting off to a bad start is pretty much the hardest thing in tournament. Llama going to take his nice cycle here on Jump Machine, just going to get his 43, very high 42, very nicely done. He's got to be happy, just playing it safe. I feel like Llama's game plan in the early game is just, you know, don't die on wormhole, don't die on free fall, get a decent Jump Machine and move on. You know, that's just got to be his game plan, and he is executing that very well.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't blame him. There's not too much of a better game plan there. So Amoeba kind of having an interesting Jump Machine, but getting past it.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to try and land straight in the goal, but smartly realized it just wasn't in the cards, pulled back, bounced off the goal, and managed to stay alive. So, a little scary for a second. He is super dead. Oh, no way he's doing this. This is just a bad idea. Yeah, just decides to roll off there, but Amoeba off to a terrible start here. This is like the nightmare start.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw, I think in game 2, his base 10 first split was about a 139 here. We're probably looking at a 213, 214. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, that is nightmarish for Amoeba. And like you said before, it's going to be a test of mental endurance for him. Getting off to a bad start, especially when Llama has just played clean. Through 14 stages, Llama hasn't made any big mistakes. He hasn't done anything amazing, but, you know, he hit wormhole frames, he got a pretty good Jump Machine, and he's just been playing clean throughout. Let's see if he can nail this rapid buffer again, as he has been very strong at this in the races thus far. Amoeba takes a death on punch as Llama does nail these 2 rapid buffers, and this is about as dominant of a start as we've seen in any race in this entire tournament so far. Amoeba gonna die again.
Oh no.
Wow.
Hopefully we can see him clean it up here later on in the washing machine split, as well as Tears and Detour. Because usually we don't see any deaths to the brandished. Hopefully I didn't curse that, but usually not too terrible of a split. As Llama going out there with about a 310 or 311. Very nice first 20.
It's an incredible first 20 for Llama. No deaths, no major mistakes. He is absolutely ripping through it right now. And we haven't seen him miss Spiral Bridge once. You know, not to curse anything, but I really don't think he's going to miss this again. He's 3 for 3 so far. Good. Make that 4 for 4. And Amoeba died at the adjust of Tears. This is literally this lead is like over a minute at this point. Amoeba just going for the rapid buffer here on Tears. Barely lives. Really scary. He was on the edge of the wire there for a while. But yeah, this lead is over a minute. Llama is absolutely ripping, and the odds of Amoeba coming back from this are, you know, 1,000,000 to 1 at this point.
Yeah, I mean, this is just very shocking here, as we haven't seen Amoeba really make any of these mistakes in the first 3 games. So hopefully Amoeba is just going to take it one stage at a time and just try and clean it up. Even if he does lose, just kind of carry some momentum into game 5. But obviously that's saying that Llama's going to finish out the rest of the run well.
Yeah, Llama's just off to a crazy start. No deaths, no solid mistakes yet. We'll see these Civ frames. He has cleaned him up a little bit, messed him up game 1, but game 2 he was able to clean him up, and it looks like he's going to get him here. Very nice. Takes his time to make sure he gets the frame right. Probably looks over at the sheet to make sure, to confirm. But, you know, I would be lying if I said we're only 4 minutes into this match, about 5 minutes maybe, and Amoeba's probably already mentally prepping for Game 5. Llama is in position to force a Game 5.
Yeah, really, and you know, Llama has just been so good at this washing machine split in general, as well as the next split. Hopefully Double Spiral does not do anything too crazy here, and just his 53 hierarchies, once again, have been spectacular.
Yeah, Double Spiral, known to be a stage that loves, when you're deathless into Double Spiral, it loves to be the first death of the run, but not this time. Llama gonna clean it up very nicely. Amoeba getting a weird domino ending, took the corner too tight there, but managed to live, get a 50. I am just blown away and shocked and impressed at how well Llama's playing the start of this race. This hierarchy is just perfection. Look at that. That's unreal.
Beautiful.
And at this point, you know, Llama might not be the most active player, and he might not have the most updated strats, but he's on a PB attempt right now, straight up. He's just, like,
yeah.
Mentally, I think he probably knows this match isn't particularly close. He's playing for PB right now. Because he has not died. 549 into the goal on bracelets. That is an insane start.
Beautiful.
Nice 60 flock there from Amoeba after getting a fast Civ ending on the previous stage. Very nice. Showing some, like you said, just building some momentum. That's all you can do, right? Because if Llama does spontaneously start choking, Amoeba needs to have that momentum to be able to bring it back.
Definitely, and I mean, once again, Amoeba missing the second double spiral frame there, but Expert Extra can do things to you, as well as just generally master, although it's not too hard. It just feels really bad to choke a stage, as we see another death there from Amoeba on the left-hand side.
Yeah, in the meantime, we saw Llama take his first death of the run to that inside clip on momentum. Not a huge death. It's just one that kind of happens sometimes. Amoeba taking a third death to double spiral as Llama nails a tangled path. I believe that Amoeba's head is just out of Game 3 right now, or of Game 4 right now. Probably, like we said, mentally preparing for Game 5. He's going to maybe die again here? Oh no, he's able to slow down. Nice.
Yeah, interesting double spiral there. Definitely looked like he was dead, and I mean, some of those other attempts where he did die looked a little bit more comfier than that one, so hopefully we could just see him clean it up here.
Yeah, Llama in wonderful position, though, as he nails Vortex. He bounces back from Momentum Death by nailing Entangled, nailing Vortex, nailing Trampolines. He is just absolutely shredding right now.
Maybe this is a run we could potentially see strata frames on, as I know I'm jumping a little bit too far into the future, but
I don't know if he even knows them. I don't know if he's even practiced them at all. I think that's one of the few new frame sets that he just hasn't bothered with because he's so practiced with old strata, you know, the puzzle strat. I say old strata even though it's still the best strat, you know. I should say unsafe strata. That's probably the better phrasing there.
Safe-ent, if you will.
Yeah, safe-ent strata. Oh, this momentum's going to be scary from Amoeba. Yeah, not quite getting the wall he needed to get to the outside. The Llama hitting 43 on chip pipes doesn't know how to make this ending work, but very nicely bails out of it, cuts, and just takes his 50, his high 50. That's really smart from Llama. Only loses about 3 seconds to do that, realizing that, you know, it's not the frame he wanted, not the frame he needed, and, you know, better to lose 3 than to lose your life, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, 43 is really an adjustment where you just kind of need to like snap from up left to down right, just right at that hit. And it can sort of be uncomfortable because you're really just putting the joystick in a completely different direction there. Yeah. And even then, it's uncomfy if you hit it right. So
yeah, it's one of those ones where when you do it wrong, you don't know why you're doing it wrong. And when you're doing it right, it feels like you're doing it wrong. It's like, man, it just kind of stinks. That adjust is really funky. Nice trampolines here from Amoeba as Llama nailed the guillotine frames and then had a nice vortex. So Llama is absolutely ripping right now. On his way to a mid-9 exit out of the base 50. It looks like his only death so far has been on momentum.
Interesting strat choice here from Amoeba.
Pulling him out. Pulling out the swing shaft frames. I'm the only player so far who's done those in tournament. They do save a little bit of time, but they're really kind of difficult. Amoeba showing no issue whatsoever nailing them. Perhaps maybe just a little bit of style. And like I said, a mid-9 coming out here from Llama, assuming he can hit air hockey. 929. That is one of the strongest base 50s we've seen from Llama thus far in tournament. I think that actually might be his best exit out of air hockey in tournament so far. He's in great position.
That's awesome to see.
Yeah, he's in great position moving into charge. Amoeba doing his patented boosted chip pipes where you boost and then just go straight for the clip. Gets it. Llama with a nice one pause there. Just needs 90. He's got it. Just needs this adjust. Ooh, a little bit of a high clip, but not the end of the world. Only loses about a second.
Amoeba unpausing there on Guillotine. Unfortunate had to 1 frame buffer there, but hopefully we can see him get it this time.
Pauseless strata here from Llama. Looks good. Whoa! What the heck? I thought he was going to live that for a second. He got bounced straight up by the platform underneath the goal. And we're in an interesting spot because normally deaths on strata are like, oh, that's big, but the lead right now is so massive that even with 2 deaths on strata, I'm really not that worried for Llama.
Yeah, I mean, it would really need an absolute meltdown and just stubbornness here from Llama.
Yeah, but he's able to clean it up.
For moves.
3rd time's the charm, able to clean it up. You know, you always start to get nervous when somebody misses strata a few times because it's like, okay, this is really difficult. You could actually miss this like 8 times in a row. It's that hard. But able to bounce back, get it 3rd try, and that might be, you know, the early dagger here. There aren't many stages left that you can see. Like, you can see him dying to a lot of stages remaining, but it's going to take multiple deaths to multiple stages. And there aren't many stages left at all that I can see Llama dying to more than once.
Yeah, and I mean, we just saw the death there from Amoeba on Twin Basin. I believe Amoeba will just opt to exit this run as soon as possible.
Yeah,
but...
I think you're absolutely right. Making his way into free throw here. Setup looking good, just needs to land it. Beautiful mid-51. As we saw just out of air hockey, Amoeba down by about 2 minutes. It kind of says everything there is to say.
Yeah.
Construction setup looking good here for... Oh, actually, no, it's not. But he managed to make it work anyway. The setup was looking good at first, but the way he landed was a little bit spooky, but able to make it work.
Hopefully we could see no train worm mistakes here, and a pauseless strata coming out for Amoeba. Hopefully we could see him nail that as well.
Gets it. Nice. I think Amoeba's probably just playing for a gold here on his splits. Nailed the charge frames, so... If you nail charge frames and you get a good strata, there's a chance you're going to be playing for gold here. He's also going to be pausing this aggressively. Gets the triple 1 pause. He's playing for gold. No doubt about it. With how aggressively he paused that, he's definitely just trying to get a nice expert extra gold here. Knowing that this match is decided. Nice. Yeah. It's the hardest split in the game to gold because it's so hard. This 5-drum looking good too. Yeah, a little bit of a clip, but he still gets a nice 50.
We see a nice swing bridges there from Llama.
I just want the confirmation from Amoeba. If he cleans this up, I want to know if this golds, because it probably will. Nice free throw as Llama nails passage. Yeah, like we said, this match is already decided. It really just is. So Amoeba, I think, just going for a nice gold. The 1 pause on construction, too. This is a crazy looking gold. Just needs to hit Terrain.
And we saw him practicing it a lot before this match, so hopefully we can see him nail it here.
I just gotta know. I want him to confirm it so bad if he gets it. That had to be a goal. It just had to be. I refuse to believe that's not a goal. I hope he's playing with splits. If he's not playing with splits, that'd be sad. Because that was a really, really solid expert extra.
Pain.
What did he lose 2 minutes on? He died like 8 times in the first 20 stages, and this game has been basically decided since the first 4 minutes passed. I think we were about 4.5 minutes in when it was basically like, alright, well, this is over.
Well, hopefully Game 5 will shape up to be a little better than this one, but we had a couple of exciting matches, such as Game 3 and Game 1. So hopefully we can.
Hey, Llama might be on PB pace still. Sorry to interrupt. Llama actually might still be on PB pace. It's close. He's on low 16 pace, certainly.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe we'll see him go for, well, maybe he would have to go for fast planets in order to get it. I'm not sure exactly how long the split takes, but
Yeah, I just want to see him clean this up. I want to see this end up being the run that it really deserves to be. He's only died, what, 3 times? He died once to Momentum and twice to Strata. I think that's all we've seen so far.
and fast striker.
Yeah, that's a good bonus. Getting the fast striker. Maybe with a nice looking 50 Taurus here. Doesn't quite get the 50 because of a little bonk at the end. I really hope Llama cleans this up. I want to see what this run finishes as, because I really think it could be a PB. It's going to be real close. And reminder that Llama's PB is deathless.
Yeah.
Meaning, this would be a run with 3 deaths, playing to his PB. That's insane.
And I mean, we're unfortunately not going to see a PB here. Probably around a 16-13, I would assume.
Yeah, I think I was forgetting to carry a 1 somewhere. I thought it was going to be a 1602. It's going to be a 1612. That's still ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zeno dropping some truth in chat, saying without the strata deaths, that would have been PB. Absolutely right. Without even one of the strata deaths, that might have matched his PB. But still, an absolutely absurd showing from Llama in this Game 4. Not only beating Amoeba by about a mile because of all the deaths Amoeba took, but even if Amoeba played well, this is the best time that we've seen from Llama so far. Even if Amoeba played well, 16-12 is hard to beat. That's insane.
Yeah, and Amoeba is out of there. So we are headed to a Game 5 with an awesome run there from Llama.
Wow, this is exciting. Llama with his best run so I feel like Llama's just gotten better with each passing game. Like, Game 1 wasn't very close. Game 2, Amoeba, edged him out by quite a bit. Like 20 seconds, I want to say he won by. Game 3, Llama had a really solid lead, died twice on planets and was still able to edge him out. And then Game 4, Llama kind of obliterating him. So, Llama, it feels like, is trending up, and Amoeba maybe trending down a little bit. This could be the culmination here in Game 5. Let's find out.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, Amoeba, after being up 2-0, is now tied. So that might be even more nerves on Amoeba's side here. So just kind of pay attention to these first 20.
100%. As I feel like so much of Llama's game plan is around getting his nice, solid, safe start. I feel like his best runs have been off the ones where he just hits Wormhole, gets a good jump machine, and that Wormhole pausing was his fastest yet. That was confidence.
Going in at a 17 as well, and I believe one pausing the second frame there too, so very well done.
Yeah, that was just pure confidence on Wormhole. I think just confidence in his pausing ability, as his pausing has been his most improved element from race to race. It feels like he's pausing way more accurately and quickly now than he was at the beginning of the set, so I feel like Llama's probably just feeling himself a little bit.
Yeah, definitely, and it's a good point bringing up about the speed of pausing too, because somebody like maybe you or Goobs has an advantage of speed pausing over pretty much anybody else they face.
See how synchronized these game cams are?
Optimizations.
You see how synchronized they are right now on their game feeds?
Oh yeah.
This is ridiculous. It's like literally looking in a mirror. Except one of them's Ai and one's Baby. Amoeba gonna get a better cycle here on Jump Machine though. Looking like, oh no, he gets again! Didn't quite air boost enough to get that cycle he was looking for. He's going to have to take a really, really slow cycle here. As Llama, again, sticking with his game plan of consistent, solid early games, and it's going to work out for him. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is...
Not again.
This is huge. This is absolutely huge right now. Amoeba needs to land this right here. Gets it for his 27, but that puts Llama at a 15-second lead. Again,
I mean,
I feel like a broken record.
To go, but
I feel like a broken record at this point, saying Llama executing this game plan of consistent, safe early games, and it's just working out very, very nicely. I feel like the only death we've seen in the first 2 splits from him in any of his runs was like one on Wormhole.
Yeah, really, and I mean the first two splits in expert, unlike any category for any other category, pretty much are the scariest, and it really is going to show that you know, once you're off to a decent start, in Llama's case, you can just kind of keep going as Llama takes an interesting back up there to punch seesaws, but once again gets it done.
Yeah, very smart. Just slowing down there, taking it slow for the end. You don't want to push too hard and take a long death. You know, you'd rather just lose the 4 or 5 seconds from doing what he did there. I think generally his game plan right now is less deaths equals go fast, and that seems to be working out really well these past few runs. Minimizing the amount of deaths he's taking, obviously, goes a really, really long way. Good to see more rapid buffering on tiers. He hasn't missed this yet. Oh, he's dead.
Oh, ouch.
Amoeba is going to take the lead here. Oh, does Amoeba know this backup? Neutral for a frame and then 95. The adjust is tricky. Nicely done from Amoeba. 256 through the goal. Llama hits the rapid buffering this time. Very nice. And he's through the goal at 302. So a 6-second lead now for Amoeba. He's back in it. In a big way.
Yeah, in a very big way indeed. I mean, just that game 4 for Amoeba, the mental was so bad. So just being able to be in the lead again is probably huge for him.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a while since Amoeba's had a lead, period, because Llama led for almost all of game 3 and then did lead for all of game 4. So I feel like just having a lead and being in this position for Amoeba just feels so much better than the last, 30 minutes of his life where he's been losing by either a little or by a lot.
Definitely.
The spiral bridge looking so clean from Amoeba. That last turn was sketchy, though. Oh, he gets there. That is
Yeah, and I mean, that last turn, you just want a lot of more speed than that, and Llama looking to not get that speed, but
yeah,
we'll take the slower cycle.
I believe Llama messed up the clip at the beginning, so there was no chance of getting first cycle for him, and that's going to extend Amoeba's lead significantly to about 16, 17 seconds. In this set so far, Amoeba with a lead has been really, really scary. We'll see how he's able to play with it here as he's moving to Domino, which is a stage that has actually given him a lot of trouble, more than you would typically expect in any match.
Yeah, definitely. And once again, that window is kind of short, and as somebody who really likes to optimize IGTs and stages, that could bite you.
Yeah, decides to just go around the back. Llama, meanwhile, going to have to wait the cycle on obstacle after missing the frame, and that is going to extend Amoeba's lead even further. Oh, no!
Oh.
Now Amoeba he has a chokehold on this game. Llama having to take 3 cycles on obstacle, finally cleans it up, gets a 32, but the lead now is just colossal.
Yeah, really, and I mean, 60 Flock has been kind of the biggest killer for Amoeba in this split, besides Domino, so I believe got the 61 there, and nice and comfy through the goal.
Yeah, just as a time check, Amoeba's drop-in on Flock was at 457. We'll see where Llama is, but he still has a whole Civ to play before he gets there. Llama going to take his time, refer to the sheet, gets the nice pauseless adjust on the end there for Civ. And Amoeba, that was a scary adjust on double spiral, sticking dangerously close to the wall, but able to make it happen. Llama is going to be down by 40 seconds coming into Flock. And Amoeba showing no signs of stopping as he hit the double spiral frames and then gets a perfect hierarchy right after.
Yeah, that was beautiful. You really can't ask for anything better in a tournament or in a run.
Yeah, and now Llama, every stage just looms so large. Any death is absolutely massive. When you're already down 40, that already feels like an uncomebackable lead. So this double spiral looks good. Should be good to slow down here. Nice. Moving on. But yeah, the 40-second lead for Amoeba coming into soft cream. That is huge.
And I mean, really, we have seen a couple of mistakes from both runners here on momentum. And maybe a little bit of mistakes from Llama on Vortex. But other than that, really, this split has been pretty solid as Amoeba needs to go inside. Oh, I guess he doesn't need to go inside to make that work.
Just barely able to make it work, showing his confidence with that strat, being able to make that situation work very, very nicely. Yeah, I agree. This split has, for the most part, been really clean. Only some small mistakes we've seen from either player over here, so... Oh, there's one such mistake. Amoeba taking a death on Entangled, and every death right now opens the door just a little bit more for Llama to get his nose in there and eventually maybe try and bring this back.
Yeah, definitely, and it's a two-stage lead, which is big, but once again, we have 4.5 more splits to play.
Yeah, Amoeba hits 91 Vortex. This backup can be tricky, but Amoeba definitely knows it. Let's see if he's able to execute. Gets 55, just needs the adjust. This looks perfect. Very, very nice. Llama heading into Entangled. Absolutely, Llama really can't afford basically any more deaths for the entire run. If he wants to bring this back, the lead for Amoeba, even with the death on Entangled and the backup on Vortex, the lead is still super significant. So Llama just has to play clean and hope Amoeba makes more mistakes and leaves that door open.
Yeah, definitely. Taking a little bit of his time there on the 1 frame buffer on Vortex, but Llama getting it done.
Yep. Again, just probably sticking to this game plan of not dying. That's got to be the game plan right now. When you're losing by this much, it's not about doing the fastest thing in every spot. It's about not dying and hoping your opponent does. Trampoline's not much you can do about that one. Not getting the clip that you usually do. Amoeba is out 8 flat as the fade out on the bonus stage. We'll have to see where Llama is, but I would guess that this 40-second lead is almost still entirely intact. Oh, Amoeba with a very uncharacteristic death on serial jump, though.
Yeah, and that was kind of weird. I think he double goal posted there and then just kind of like hit the party ball and get out as he does it again.
He does it again. 2 back-to-back deaths on one of the easier stages in the entire run. There we go. Cleans it up that time. Yeah, Llama, it looks like he's going to be about 835. I want to check chip pipes drop-ins, actually. 833 for Amoeba, because that would factor in the mistakes we saw on serial jump. So 833 for Amoeba into chip pipes. We'll see where Llama is going into chip pipes. The lead is still going to be solid for Amoeba, but not as much as it was, that's for sure.
About 20 seconds here, maybe a little less.
Yeah, you look to be about right. 29 seconds separating these two right now. Amoeba on a backup here on Guillotine, but it looks like he knows it. Oh, no, he does not. Oh, my.
And that is big.
We're back to close to dead even here. Amoeba going to go for the 2-frame this time. Able to get the adjust just barely. And Llama misses the frames. He's going to have to back up and do pauses. So both players taking the equivalent of about 1 death here on Guillotine. Llama's going to have to get a really slow finish here. So Amoeba's lead is still significant. No cause for panic in Amoeba Nation quite yet. He's still holding on despite despite a really ugly stretch of stages here.
Yeah, definitely. And just if you're Llama, do not take a death to corkscrew. That is your biggest deal. And don't die to air hockey either is pretty much what you're thinking if you're Llama.
Yeah, exactly. Minimize deaths, maximize your ability to bring this back. Because again, every time Amoeba dies, then no! That might just be the race. That's the longest death you can take in all of Expert, full stop. That might just... Honestly, that might just do it. That gives Amoeba a lead of, upwards of a minute at this point. 10-12 through the goal on air hockey. We'll have to see where Llama ends up here, but that is a dagger.
Yeah, and just taking the safety pause there just to make sure, because, Amoeba can take 1 to 2 second time losses on a couple of stages here just to make sure he gets through the goal.
Oh, Amoeba missing the 2nd frame of charge takes a death. Not a very big death, but it's a death. Every death means something. Some just mean more than others. Again, we saw 10-12 was the entry into the goal, I believe, for Amoeba on air hockey. Llama entering at 10:52, so we're back to a 40-second lead for Amoeba. Although obviously with that death on charge, it's a little less than that, but the lead is still so significant. There's just not much run left.
And once again, like we said earlier, Amoeba is one of the best master players ever, if not the best master player ever. As Llama pretty much takes the same death as Amoeba, so once again, back to...
That's funny. Basically the exact same death that Amoeba took here on charge, and Llama gonna miss the frame here. He's gonna have to back this up.
Amoeba missing the giant swing frame here too, so this is a bit of a sloppy game 5, but
definitely
we'll see who's able to clean it up more.
Slop. Llama cleaning up this charge here, gets a 42, a little bit trolled by the collision. Amoeba able to clean up giant swing. Wow. And Llama Strata has never been heavier. He absolutely needs first try Strata. He's already down by so much, he can't afford any deaths. And he gets it, right on cue, of course. Hardest strat in the game, no big deal. Wow, and every stage for Amoeba, his thought process just has to be don't die. It's not about being fast right now for Amoeba, it's about he just can't die. Stages like free throw,
Yeah.
which normally are so, nerve-free, easy stage, but when you're thinking just don't die, don't die, don't die, it gets a lot harder to not die.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, once again, I know Amoeba is so practiced with pauseless clock face, but I would not be surprised to see him throw a frame there. Maybe even throw a frame on Train Worm, but once again, we have seen him be pretty stubborn with that strat.
Yeah. Yeah, I would be surprised if he paused Train Worm right now. He is a stubborn individual. And we're gonna see pauseless, and he misses it. Oh man. Llama with a nice free throw here. And it still takes so much more for Amoeba to lose this. 12:51 through the goal on Train Worm here. Llama's still going to be lagging significantly behind. It would take an all-time choke here in Master by the best Master
Yeah,
player ever.
yeah, definitely. And like we said before, two planets deaths or planets and swing bridges death or something like that. But surprised to see him even not go for the frame there on centrifugal, but just very practiced at that strat as well.
I believe we see about a 40-second lead here for Amoeba going into Master. I believe that's what it is. I think Llama was 13:21 through Train Worm, and I think Amoeba was 12:41. So about a 40-second lead here going into Master, and that, it's pretty close to impossible to choke that.
Definitely.
I'm not gonna say something's impossible because I've been wrong before, but Amoeba, it looks like he's gonna be able to skirt off the threat. Let's see. Oh, and a death on swing bridges.
That is unfortunate.
The fat lady might be singing a little bit here for Llama. Amoeba might just be able to survive this threat.
What song do you think she's singing, Glock?
She's singing the Dr. Bad Boon's bass World 10 theme.
Oh yeah, it's
Can't
perfect.
you hear it? Can't you hear it? It's playing in my headphones right now.
Yeah, the inaudible noises. Very nice song to sing.
Maybe making his way through Spasmodic here. Yeah, the lead is just so much at this point. It would take another one of these double twin bonks that we saw from Amoeba. This game one, he bonked off double twin and lost like 20 seconds. Going for a cheeky little IL setup there for the fans. Doesn't quite get the setup he wanted. And loses time as a result. He deserves it. He deserves to lose that 0.7. Llama with a nice Taurus. Amoeba going for the pauseless clock face. Hasn't given him too much trouble in these races so far, and this looks perfect. And it is. So it looks like Amoeba is on high 16 pace here going into Master Extra.
And really goes to show there are a lot of mistakes in this run, but Amoeba's still able to get a high 16 if he cleans it up here in Master Extra.
That just goes to show what you can do if you're able to clean up well. His base 50 was fraught with big mistakes, but had a pretty clean Expert Extra, and then clean Master, and now hopefully a clean Master Extra. Clean Endgame is the name of the game in tournaments, man, I'm telling you.
Definitely.
Llama seems to be on mid-17 pace. It would take 3 planets deaths from Amoeba, I believe, to even this matchup, and that's just, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. I know we commentators cursed once. It's not going to happen. Yeah, he nails it first try. No problems
Beautiful.
there. And he's into the victory lap, and this victory lap has never had more victory on it than in Game 5 of an intense back-and-forth set. Llama takes a really strange death there on variable width, and Amoeba taking an uncharacteristic death on synchronized. So a little bit of slop here at the end.
And I mean, the last thing that can happen here is 2 long deaths on Nintendo. And
Yeah.
when I say long, I mean last turn.
Yeah, final turn, Nintendo. Die to it 2 times. You deserve to lose at that point, man. Clean Dizzy
That would
system.
be pure pain.
That would be. And it looks like Amoeba here, 1707 if he's able to clean up this Nintendo. And like you said, it would take multiple big deaths on Nintendo to even make this close to close. Llama might be dead on planets too. He doesn't have a lot of speed here. Oh no, he's got it. He's got it. And Amoeba on to the final turn here of Nintendo. The odds of him dying here are 0. I'll just say it. And he's got it. And he will be moving on with a 1707. Not the cleanest run in the world, but it'll get the job done. Amoeba gonna win this series 3-2 over Llama. As close as it gets. Had a really strong first 2 games, and then Llama bounced back with a vengeance, and Amoeba just barely fends him off in Game 5.
Yeah, and I mean, just an awesome showing from Llama in this tournament in general. Really hasn't picked up this game in a while and just kept throwing out mid-16s in round 2. Was throwing out a couple of mid-17s in round 1, and we saw a 16-12, and I think also a 16-27 from Llama in this match. So very, very well played by both runners, and congratulations to Amoeba, as he will guarantee a top 4 finish.
True, yeah. Amoeba guaranteed top 4 in this bracket. Llama eliminated at 5th. And Amoeba's going to have to wait a little bit for his next match. We have Peachers Inc. and Complex Plane are going to be playing soon. Not scheduled yet, but they'll figure it out. The winner of that will go on to play Fade, and then the winner of that will go on to play Amoeba in top 4. So we have a really interesting lineup of matches here. It should be a lot of fun from here on. D-Wait, thank you as always for the CoCom. You're the best.
No, you.
And that's going to be it from us here at Monkey Ball Speedruns. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next match between Peachers Inc. and Complex Plane, have yourselves a wonderful day.